Can you? Oh, you can? Okay. I really wanted to do this today for a special reason, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But when I found out what we were going to be learning with our Bible verses and what the Miss Evelyn is going to read to you, I found out it was about walking on water. Whoa, that has a very special meaning for me, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. First of all, when I was looking at the verses that you're going to be hearing, your parents and adults are going to be hearing, I discovered that, first of all, Jesus is going to feed 5,000 people. Is that a miracle? Check. Jesus did not have a microphone, and yet all 5,000 people heard him. Is that a miracle? Check. Jesus didn't have enough, they didn't have near enough food or money to feed these people. But somehow, with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, they had enough money. Is that a miracle? Check. And then, after they fed all these people, and Jesus preached did all this cool stuff, they picked up 12 baskets of leftovers. Is that a miracle? Check. Think how many miracles. Wow. Now, after all this happened, Jesus was tired. Believe me, I get it. And he went up to a quiet place so he could be alone. Well, his disciples decided that they wanted to go ahead and cross over the lake, get to the other side, and be ready for tomorrow. Okay, so that's cool. So they get in their boat, and remember, these are big guys. Most of them are fishermen, and they have big, heavy nets. They're strong. They're used to weather that may not be so good. But guess what happens when they get out in the middle of the lake? What happens? You know, a big, fat storm. That was not a good thing. And all of a sudden, they were frantic. They were so scared. Oh, this is terrible. What's going on? And you know what? All of a sudden, they looked up. And what do they see? And I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a picture of Jesus walking on water. We looked, and I liked this picture best because you can see the storm in the back, but yet you can see the light shining on it. And he's holding out his hand. Wow. Now that had a very special meaning for me. And I'll tell you what. Way back, let's see, let me think. Back in the spring when we were all in school, I found out that I had a big problem. And I was going to need a very special doctor to help me with my big problem. Well, we were led to meet a man, a doctor, who was able, and he has so many people that he has helped with a big problem like me. We went to meet this doctor, and we couldn't believe how awesome he was. We just couldn't believe it. We said, this man's going to take care of my big problem. And you know what? After we finished visiting with him, we went home, and we went to look at some things that people had said about him. We could not believe the dozens and dozens and dozens of people said, this is the best doctor in the whole world. Well, that made us feel really good. And guess what? He fixed my big problem. Isn't that awesome? He fixed it. Well, it wasn't easy. And it hasn't been really, but he fixed it. So that was so exciting. So Mr. Buddy and I were thinking, what are we going to do? What can we say about this man fixed my problem and he's helped so many other people. Well, guess what? I just said one day, I think he walks on water. And of course he doesn't walk on water. Only Jesus can walk on water. But what he did for me was so special, I just couldn't think of a better way to say it. So, I want you to think about 3 things. You ready? Okay. If Jesus can walk on water and hold out his hand to you and me, there's just nothing he can't do for you. What if you have a big problem like I did? I could hold out my hand and Jesus would help me. What if you have a middle-sized problem? Well, you know, can Jesus help you? What if you have a little problem? Can Jesus help you? Now, think about 3 things. 3 things. If you have a problem, big, middle-sized, or little, and you ask Jesus to help you, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, I want you to say, please, Jesus, I know you're holding out your hand to help me. Please help me with this problem. But you got to ask him first. Number 1. Number 2, you have to trust him. He may answer in a different way, but trust him. He knows what he's doing. And number 3, thank you, Jesus, for hearing my prayer and helping me. And I know you're going to help me. I'm not sure how, but I know you are going to help me. And I am so, so grateful. So, this was very special to me. Jesus walked on water for me, and he can walk on water for all of us. Yeah. Ooh. Well, there's the storm, okay? It was bad. Jesus, where are you? There he is. He never goes away.